Hey everybody, Matt Green here, and I'm excited to give you the update on our weekly recap. And in this week, I'm going to be sharing with you, some consultants that we were working with that we met that are helping us with new deals and equity. I'm also going to give you an update on our construction projects and the $40 million deal that we're working on. And also, we were working on hiring some new employees, so I'm going to talk to you about the marketplace for hiring people and how that's all going. So busy week, productive, and a lot to go over. So we're working on our new construction projects. We've got the one I've been telling you a lot about. It's on Dodge Road. So that one we're making a ton of progress on. We had a floor poured last week, so now everything's cured and now it's all ready for framing. So we're going to start building that building out of the ground and stick framing it. And then on our second building, we've got the walls that were just put up today too for the foundation. So we're just pouring those tomorrow, and then they're going to start backfilling Friday and throughout early next week. And then our plumber is going to come in, do all his underground, then we'll pour the floor on that building. So we got a ton of progress there. We're hoping to shoot for the spring to lease it up. So things are going extraordinarily well, and we're trying to get everything enclosed by the winter. So December 1st is our deadline for getting everything enclosed, and then our roofer is going to start. So making a lot of headway on that project. And then we ended up putting our Millersport project, which is the $40 million project that we're working on. It's all submitted to the town. So actually in November is our first meeting with the planning board through the town. So we're excited for that, because then we're going to start the process for getting that project through the approvals. And then hopefully in the spring, if we get everything done in time, we'll be able to get that project going and start building it out. So we're excited for that too. This was a really productive week. We got a ton done. It's just all the weeks are flying super fast. It's already going to be October, which is crazy. So it's been wild. It's been busy. And we also had a meeting last week with the guy that we had just met through this land deal that we're working on, the $40 million one. And we took him on a tour to a couple of our projects, some of the deals that we've purchased and renovated. We took him through a couple units, and he was really impressed. We got all these renovations done and everything's renting really quickly. The market's on fire. So he ended up showing us a deal. It was 140 units that we just started underwriting. So we're going through the process on that. But that could be another huge deal that we start working on next. I think it's been neglected. I mean, the deal wasn't taken care of very well. So we'd have to go in and invest a lot of money to bring it back to where it has to be to make it more competitive in the market. So it's going to be a heavy lift. Basically, we did all the underwriting, as far as we could, and then the seller's got to give us more floor plans because we're not sure exactly what the buildings are made up of. And the current way that we've done our underwriting, it was mainly one-bedroom units, and the units were too small. We couldn't get a big enough lift in the rents to make it worthwhile, the investment, to purchase it and put a ton of money into it. So at the end game, you always have to figure out your exit plan. And for this deal, right now, the way that we have the numbers and the floor plans, the exit plan just doesn't work. So when you're investing into real estate, your exit plan is just so important. You have to have an end game in mind. A lot of the deals that we do, we always know what it's going to be worth when we complete all the renovations. And that's what you have to do. You have to figure out, what is your project going to be worth when it's done? And are you making money or losing money? That's what you have to figure out. You have to know how much your renovations are going to cost, and you have to factor in your closing costs when you buy the deal and how much you're paying for the property. Some people overpay and they don't have enough money they can't spend a lot of money because they paid too much for the property to renovate their property. There's so many problems that you can create if you're not paying the right price, renovating, and putting the right amount of money into the property. So you have to be really careful when you're constructing your numbers. So you got to be careful when you're doing deals, because a lot of mistakes can be made. And if you make bad deals, then it's going to take longer for you to grow. Another big thing that we worked on this week was we are hiring 3 new employees to help us with our construction side of things. And it's really hard to find people. Something I've seen in the market now is that it's like the culture's changed for hiring. It's so different now. It's like people are looking for more. There's not as many people looking for work. It seems like people are almost trying to work less but maybe make more, at the same time. So it's kind of really tricky, and it's hard to find people that want to work hard. There's not a lot of people that want to put in the effort to excel and become better. They're trying to figure out maybe how much they're making, per month, and seeing if that's enough, that if they're making that much money, can they cover all their expenses. So it's really kind of an interesting market right now. But we just brought on these 3 new guys. They're really, really smart, experienced, and well-rounded, so it's going to help us improve the speed of our construction. And when you're hiring, you just have to make sure you're bringing on the right people. You don't have to be desperate and jump to just pick the first person that comes in. Have some patience and pick somebody that you know is going to be competent and that's going to do a really good job for you. And it's tough. I mean, there are people looking, but you have to find the people that are really passionate, hardworking, and that want to do a good job. That's the key. So we made a lot of progress this week with hiring, construction, and meeting other people and consultants, like the one where the guy brought us the 140 unit deal. So made a lot of progress, made a lot of strides this week. Every day, I think you got to look at it like one step at a time, because it can be really, really overwhelming with all the work that you have to get done. So you got to think about one piece at a time, finish that one thing, and then move on to the next thing. You got to build out your schedule so that you don't get overwhelmed and that you're attacking each item one thing at a time, so that you're getting things done, being productive, and being successful. So busy week, productive, and things are progressing day by day.